What's up, gorgeous? It's a very common thing to hear that you should work on your communication skills to have a strong and good romantic relationship, right? But there are some hidden practical AF reasons that you should develop really great communication skills to be using in your romantic relationships. Now, do not worry if you are not in a committed partnership right now, or you're not dating, don't worry. As you practice these communication skills in other areas, in other relationships, in other situations, you will then be able to apply them to romantic relationships as well. It is widely known that in order to have great relationships, you need to have great communication skills. But I have some really, really practical reasons, though, that you may not have thought of, but that when you start to practice and use healthy communication skills in your relationships, these 5 things will start to up-level as well. The first reason to have great communication skills is that it puts you in the driver's seat. Not only in those situations that you're communicating about, but when you start to practice great communication skills, it helps you feel more empowered and more in control, like you have more influence over situations, over things that are happening that feel out of control or that feel like they're landing on you in a way where it doesn't feel the best, right? But when you start to communicate, and when you start to communicate about a variety of different things, it is going to put you right back in the driver's seat of your own life. You are the most important person in your life, and most of us get caught up in kind of habituating to negative situations or situations that don't work for us, right? When you start, contracting this communication muscle, practicing good communication skills, speaking up, letting people know how you feel, asking for what you want, it puts you in this position of influence in your own life. And honestly, it's just more fun this way. When you think about it, you were not meant to be a human sacrifice in your own life. And when you communicate, it really reminds you of that. It reminds you that you are important and that you can call the shots to some extent, and that you can't always control what's going on outside of you, but you can always choose how to respond to it. And communicating appropriately is one of the best ways you can empower yourself in your overall life. Number 2 is that communication provides endless self-awareness and healing opportunities. Self-awareness is one of the most incredibly powerful tools that you can cultivate on a daily basis to help you make more healthier, informed, wise decisions for yourself now, and that help create the future that you're creating for yourself in every single moment. Communicating is that powerful, because when you start to communicate with others, you will automatically start to communicate with yourself at a deeper level, because you know that you're going to be letting other people in on things, and that it's important to let other people know where you stand, because they love you for you, right? People want to communicate with you. They want to connect with you. And sometimes self-awareness is all that you need in order to radically change something that's not working for you. And those things can simply happen by communicating. Those opportunities are all opportunities for healing and expansion for you. So please consider up-leveling your communication skills, if for nothing else, to get to know yourself better and to provide yourself with those options for healing and growth, because you so deserve it. Number 3 is that it gets you out of negative subconscious loops. When we developed these patterns in the subconscious, it was a very, very long time ago. And the subconscious is an incredibly powerful and effective set of beliefs, habits, and patterns. When those are working for us, that's great. When they're not working for us, it's not so great. And it can feel like it can take a long time to develop new patterns and habits. But a very, very simple way that you can start to do it is just to communicate. When you let someone in on what's going on with you, when you tell someone else how something is perceived by you, how you feel about something, what you think about something, you give them an opportunity to give you great feedback, not only in one particular relationship, but the world as a whole, and it becomes like this tool that you can use to test your reality versus other people's reality. And I'm not saying you should pay attention to other people's reality over yours. I'm just saying sometimes the things that we believe about ourselves and about the world are kind of lies that we started telling ourselves in the past, or maybe it's a past perception about ourselves, or something that started so long ago that was once true and is no longer true. But if you don't communicate those things, if you don't bring them up in order to expose them, you can't change them, So a really, really simple way to start to shift these subconscious loops that aren't working for you anymore is just to speak them into the space with another person, or even self-communication, and just start to test that reality and see what other options that you have. And this, combined with the one I just talked about self-awareness and healing opportunities, it can become such a game changer. And communication is this powerful, powerful way to get there. Number 4 is that it gets you more of what you want, because if the world does not know that you want it, how can it deliver it to you? When you communicate, when you let people in on what's really going on with you, what you really want, what you really desire, what you're willing to accept and not accept, it's kind of in the dark. It doesn't know. We often get used to sort of just not going for what we want, not having what we want, and it's really not optimal. I'm not just talking about like things, fancy things, or manifesting things. I'm talking about what really matters to you. What are you really going for? All the time and energy that we have to spend in the day, are you spending it in a way that really matters to you and to your overall goals and dreams? And one easy way to sort of help those things come into existence is to just speak up and communicate about what you want, what you really feel, what's on your heart and mind. The more real we get with other people, the more things can be reflected back to us in the way that we truly want. And you're not meant to be kept in the dark, even if it brings up these feelings of vulnerability to say what you really want because you're afraid it might not happen. It's much more likely to happen if you ask for it than if you don't ask for it at all. So take a risk and communicate about what really matters to you and about what you really truly want, and know that that will take you so, so far. And number 5, communicating lets people get to know you better, and it develops stronger and healthier connective relationships with people. We all want that, right? That's the whole reason that we relate, because we want to feel connected to other people, right? It's not this BS like needs exchange stuff that some modern relationships are about. It's really truly about connection and emotional intimacy at its core. And when you let people in, you invite them into that space within you. And this is, of course, going to be relevant to the relationship that you're in at that time. If you have a coworker, it's going to be a much different developing relationship than if you're dating someone, right? So you're letting people in at the level in which it feels appropriate. But when you let people in to your world, when you say what you really mean, you let people in, and that is a powerful thing. And vice versa, when you open that door to letting people in to see you, they will most often open up to you as well. And this can be such a profound experience to just get to know someone on a deeper level. It can sometimes, bust the illusions that we've created around that particular connection. Or sometimes it's like we're so busy living in our own head, we forget what it must be like for someone else. And even within our families or people we've known for years, we might not really know many deep things about them because we just sort of get in this habit of surface level stuff, right? When you let someone in to get to know you, it is such a powerful feeling. I invite you to do it. It is heart opening, it is expanding, it feels good. And yes, it's incredibly practical for people to know you better. So let me know where you want to grow in any of these 5 areas, and let me know what your blocks to communicating are, where you get stuck. I would love to know. I really want to make more videos about communication in the future because that is such a practical tool that a lot of people get stuck in. So let me know in the comments below, and know that I am sending you massive love until my next video. See you then.